We are live.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Let's go.
The New York Times side, staying alive was no job.
My 90 babies know what that is.
Moms bounced on old man, so then we moved to shallow land. A young dude, you're rocking the gold.
So we back for another one, y'all. Week 15. And of course, you with your homie, Moss Money. And of course, I got my right hand man with me, Steve-O.
Yeah.
Headbanger.
What's good, man?
I can't call it, bro.
Another day in the office.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we here for week 15. Man, this season went by quick.
Very much so. Because you know why? You always just look forward to Sunday.
You do. Yeah, right.
Sunday, Monday. Once Thursday come, your week is pretty much over.
Yeah, Thursday games are terrible this year, man. They got to pick that up.
Yeah, they thinking about stopping them, though, honestly. I read that they were
saying. Yeah, I did see that. See that. Yeah, that's we'll see. I kind of like the Thursday games, and you know what I like? I like the London games on Sunday because as soon as I wake up, get like coffee. It's right early, and then you go right into the day. But how about shout out to the folks on Facebook Live? I always appreciate you. You see, I got them showing my colors, man. Flyers 10 in a row.
Wow. I didn't even know that, but that's good.
Yeah, man. They're man. Imagine if we bet that. 10 hits right in a row. I think the record is 13 for the Flyers. So hopefully the Fly guys keep it going. You know, always got to support for Philly. Watching the Sixers game, they're getting trashed.
As always. The Sixers. I don't even know why they were favored in this game.
Yeah, I don't even know either. But let's get right into it. So we got the money tip of the day. What you got for me, buddy?
I'll let you go first, man.
Solid. So my only thing is, my theme for my finance tip of the week is, push yourself forward is what I'm going to call it. So what I mean by push yourself forward is, when you get a raise, you get any extra money. Timmy on here already going.
Tim.
So shout out to her homie Tim too, man. Congratulations. The homie's going to have a boy coming up in I think it's April. I think he said in March or April. So congrats to the Richards family, the homie Timmy and Miss Felicia as well. But going back to what I was saying, the money tip of the day. So you always want to push yourself forward when you get a raise, extra money, or a big return on your investment. You want to put that money right back into your investment or save it. You can always raise your 401k. By making another 5 or 8% into your contributions. If you have extra money, you can put it right into your savings, a savings account that's gaining interest. So in other words, say you hit, a little scratch off ticket. Don't even act like you won that money. Go ahead and put that into some type of savings account. Or, you can treat it as, or even if you get a big return on an investment, maybe put 75% of that into a savings account and put the best right back into some type of high reward investment. Obviously with high reward, it becomes high risk, but obviously, it's something that, you can kind of play with and understand and learn more as you go. Also, financial literacy is so key, such major key. And, we have to educate ourselves. The more you understand, the better chance you have to take advantage of the opportunities laid in front of you. So with that being said, financial literacy and any type of education, if you educate yourself on what's going on today, you put yourself in the best position that you possibly can. So that's the financial tip of the day. Hopefully, as the theme music says, cream, cash rules everything around me. Hopefully you have that same aspect and same drive and everything in your life. You got anything for me, buddy? We want to keep it moving.
I do. Mine is more simple, man. Mine's not.
Simple is always better.
Yeah, too complex. A friend of mine I had seen is doing a challenge. It's a year.
Okay.
Every time they break let's say a 10, a 20, if they receive a $5 bill, that $5 bill goes into like let's say a shoe box or a piggy bank that you
I like it.
touch. So every time you see a 5, just put it up.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, then that's you go back. Or let's be realistic, most people are not going to wait to the end of the year because emergencies happen. Unexpected things happen. Financially.
Right.
You have something for a rainy day.
But that's a discipline thing. We got to be better than that. With that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really think, just like you said, most people don't, but most people should.
I mean, we can
change
say
those habits.
Should, but if there's something where, let's say it, with your house, you own your house.
Right.
Like your heater unexpectedly goes.
Yeah. That's things you can't control.
Right, you have that emergency regardless, even if it's not the year. If you save all your 5s for 7 months,
right,
you might go in there and you may have 7 to $1,000.
Right. You could.
Now you have that emergency money. So
right.
I mean, it's just a challenge that some people
I like
may
that.
do, some people may not do.
I think we might try that in the household here.
Yeah, it sounds like
every time you get a $5 bill, put it away.
Just put it up.
Yeah, just put it up. I like
bank
that.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah, word. I like that, Steve-O. Solid. So we're going to keep it moving. Next is fantasy playoffs. So, like I said last week, I was in 5 leagues. 4 of them was for money. I made all 4 in the playoffs, but lost 2. Can't hold you. So Drew Brees killed me in one league. In the other league, I think I just lost straight up.
Yeah, I'm still.
You're still alive, right?
Yeah, I'm still in contention in my 2. So, I mean, I'm gonna keep my fingers, toes crossed, everything, and hope that I can get through this week. I got some, favorable matchups in both of them, honestly. Especially that Julio Jones is now ruled out.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, there's a couple injuries that are key. Julio's out, Gordon's out.
That helps a lot.
Moncrief is out. AP's playing.
Yeah, I've seen it. He said he's going to play.
Well, he said he's going to play, so we'll see how that goes.
If he said he's going to play, I think.
I think he's going to play too, and I think he scores. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay.
So, and I got 2. I'm in 2 playoffs. So hopefully, we get a win and we get something into the championship, and then as I always say, let's get this money.
No doubt.
So keeping it moving. I hope, but I do wish the best of luck of anybody in the fantasy league and also in DraftKings as well, man. If y'all, we've been having a pretty solid league so far. We average about 10 people a week. So it's a good time to
win some money.
Yeah, win some money. I'm sorry, man. The Sixers was down 20. Now they down 8.
Yeah.
So the Sixers trying to make a little run.
Sixers stink.
Yeah, they do. They're bums. But
But one thing I do have for just a tip for the fantasy playoffs.
Go ahead.
I was looking it up, and I just messing around with some things, and I ran across a good tip that I figured out I'll share. And it said that if you have, just an average kicker, most people really don't care too much about their kickers unless you have some of the top kickers. Like,
right.
I have Dan Bailey for the Cowboys.
Right.
He fairly scores about
10, I think.
Yeah. He averages a good amount.
Yeah.
But the one guy was talking to him, and it made a lot of sense. And he said, try to match your kicker up with your opponent's quarterback.
Right.
Because either every time they score, they'll get a point, or even if they don't score and they put them into kicking range, you have points, hopefully, if the kicker can make the field goal.
Right.
So, it made a little more sense. That's if you just struggling with kickers or you trying to find a kicker or just looking at matchups. I say that's one that, try out.
No, I completely agree with you, bro. Like those small little tips and those small little points, kickers, defenses on matchups.
Right.
if you're in a tight game, because if you notice last week, a lot of the fantasy playoffs, nobody really exploded. I mean, if you had Le'Veon, obviously you exploded. But outside of him, like, if you think about it, nobody really scored over 20 points. Only a handful of players scored over 20 points.
If you had like him,
I can't even remember who really.
Carlos Hyde had a really good game.
Yeah, Hyde.
He had about 173 rushing.
190. I think it was close to
193 rushing.
Right.
It was 193 rushing. Because I have him in one league, so it was good.
Right.
So, he exploded. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it really wasn't too many that.
Nah, it was all average. Nobody jumped out. Really, anything ridiculous.
Except for Le'Veon.
Yeah. So, definitely, take a look at that. Take a look at your matchup, especially coming up this week. I know there's a Saturday game too as well.
Yeah, it is.
So, just make sure, if you're in the playoffs or you're one game from the chip or you're in the chip already, make sure you can maximize your roster and maximize your matchups as well. And we'll give a little tips and snippets of what we think as well. So, going on to the next topic about these birds, man. So, we got no playoffs. So, what are we looking at here team-wise? For me, it's to finish. Just finish the season as best you can. And it's funny, when you get in these situations, you let players that you want to evaluate play. But in honesty,
that's almost like giving up, though.
It's not giving up, but you want to see what you have on your roster as well. But
that's what you do for an absolute last game. Not 3. You wanna play the spoiler in the Ravens because the Ravens have to finish out. You're going to compete. I'm not saying you don't compete, but what I'm saying is this is a time for some of the depth and the talent that you have to go against marquee starters to see. Not right now. Not in a situation. They have the chance to. The Ravens have to win their last 3 games in order to make the playoffs. If they do, they go to the playoffs.
Right.
You're a bad team, but you want to spoil someone else's opportunity, like the Ravens, and then they got the Giants, a divisional game next week,
right?
Where they want to play the spoiler as well. So I'm not putting my bench players in to just say, okay, let's see how they look.
Right.
I'll do that at the very last game.
No, I'm not saying
because the Cowboys aren't going to play their starter, so I'm playing whoever else is playing.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like start to kind of see what some like our receivers. What can Paul Turner do? Even Jordan Matthews. Do you put him outside and just see and let him run a couple plays and see what he can do outside? No. Obviously Nelson Aguilar, we already know what he can do. Bryce, Treggs. So what I'm just saying, they don't really have any talent,
Right.
But you still have to see what you have. Who can you count on to contribute moving forward?
You have practice, OTAs, then you got preseason. They had a chance. So right now, as a coach like Doug Peterson, he's a rookie head coach. It's not like his job is 100% like definite next year.
Yeah, it is. I don't think
I don't think it's 100%. I don't think they're going to sit there and say, okay, we're for sure going to bring back Doug Peterson. And I'm not saying that he should be fired, but there's not 100%.
I think
there's a doubt.
I don't think there's any doubt.
I do.
I don't think so.
He sucks. A play call.
But there's no talent on the team, Steve. None. There's no talent on that team. What talent? What talent?
There's no talent, but he also made a lot of bad coaching mistakes in crucial situations as well, and where he shouldn't have. So I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Okay, he had a good season, so we're 100% going to bring him back. But I'm not saying that they should immediately kick him out the door either. But when you start off 3-1, then you go to 4-1. So they lost 5 games in a row.
When they lost Seattle, Green Bay, Cincy, Washington. Yep.
Yeah. So that's not good.
No, 4.
And they were still in contention at some point.
Right, but they lost 5 out of the last 6, though.
That's bad. That's bad. And they'll probably lose on Sunday.
Now they lost 6 out of the last 7. They only beat Atlanta.
Yeah.
They lost to Dallas, New York.
That's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad.
No, I'm not saying this. I mean, I completely agree with you, but I don't think it puts his job in jeopardy even close. I think he's back here 100%. I don't think they're going to change the range as soon as you got Wentz. Like he still needs to be developed.
I understand and I agree with that.
I think that's the Eagle fan in you wanting something new. I don't think.
No, it's not that. I don't think that he should be out of here, but I also don't think that he believes that he's 100% going to be back next year at all either, because I don't know if he's the play caller. I don't know if he needs to give up his play calling duty right now and just focus on being the head coach. But it's not good. Like we've seen it take a landslide and regress.
It's funny, man. We got a couple people on the podcast listening, and the homie Timmy kind of agrees with you. Mm-hmm. And
shit.
And then the homie Matt Kane kind of agrees with me, kind of filling out the roster and see what we got. But Timmy has said that Jeff Fisher just got a new deal.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of
it's nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah, nothing's guaranteed.
In this league, it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, but I think you and Timmy got the same kind of sentiment with being kind of just. That's the Eagle fan, I think, coming out.
I don't think it's just what you see. Like, does he pass the eye test? No. He doesn't pass the eye test right now.
And Matt just made a good point. Fisher was there for a couple of years. It wasn't like Fisher got there in 1 year.
Fisher just got an extension, regardless if he was there or not.
No, that was a severance pay. He got paid off. That's all that was.
I'm not trying to hear that, man.
What do you mean you're not trying to hear that?
He didn't get a severance pay for an extension. So they planned before that they were going to release him? That was his severance pay?
Well, I think they did an extension on his contract to give him guaranteed money, part of his contract.
Why would you give someone guaranteed money if you're going to fire them? They don't care. They're just going to fire you.
Because they gave him less. They gave him less money.
You don't get no severance pay. That makes
explain the reason why he got an extension. He got fired in like a week.
Because they sucked. His play calling sucked. The team was calling him out.
So they extend him 2 years and then fire him. And they didn't know he sucked before that. It took that one game.
They may have thought. And LA is a high market. They don't have the time for that. They want them to come in and they want them to compete from the jump.
So, Steve, you're telling me they just figured out he sucked.
You're telling me that they're going to extend you to give you more money, a severance pay?
No, I don't think they gave him more money. I think in his contract there was things where if he had got fired,
you can't say you think. If you don't know this, then we can't say that this is why they.
But you're saying the same thing.
I'm not saying that. I said they just fired him. You said they extended him to give him severance pay.
I believe so. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you extend somebody 2 years and then fire him in the next game?
So you're saying that they're gonna.
It was something in his contract that they needed to extend him to kind of clear up any type of legal thing. So when they cut him, he takes his money and go.
Okay.
And that's what I mean by severance pay.
Gotcha.
Now I don't know.
Now that you explained it a little differently, yeah.
I don't know what the details was,
right.
But he got like a payoff to leave because it doesn't make any sense.
Just buying him out.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
See,
exactly.
Now when you say it, it's a little different, but I don't know.
Timmy trying to grind me up, man. I'm about to block him.
No, you can't block me, man.
He said, "Steve is right. Nate, go get a drink." I must be slurring.
Really?
Word.
So here's my question to you.
Right.
Brandon Brooks, how do you feel about this situation?
What, the anxiety thing?
Yeah.
I didn't read too much into it. I read it a little bit. What, like, did he get like mentally sick or was it like a physical sickness?
It's a little bit of both.
Right.
So from my understanding is he says, leading up to the game, he gets really anxious. So his anxiety.
Here you go, Tim.
There you go, Timmy. His anxiety comes into play, so he'll be throwing up for almost 24 hours before the game. So even by then, his fluids are out. He's weak. They say he gets to the point he can't even stand up on game day at times.
So does he do that? Like, does he have this anxiety like every game, and then it just got worse?
I think it's gotten worse as the season went on. Right.
How did they not know this beforehand, before signing him? Like, I would think that would be in like some type of medical record, right?
It could be in some type of medical record, but if he never came out and said this is, what's going on, players can still a lot of things.
No medication, you don't think? For it? I mean,
there is medication to help with, anxiety. That's out there,
right.
So I'm not sure if he's trying to, go all natural, or are they just going through testing to see what it is that they can do to treat him. But to me, I've heard people like, oh, he needs to just suck it up and go play, be a football player, nothing should bother you. But I'm on the other side of the fence, because I don't think, as a human being, you got to always step back from situations sometimes.
right.
And it's not like this anxiety illness is something that don't affect people in real life.
Yeah, I mean, he was a pretty good player from what I saw from when he played. So if he needs any type of help, then I think the Eagles should support him and get him the help that he needs. Yeah,
right.
to get him the help
and
he
I
needs.
think that's what they're doing.
And not even that, they signed him for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so you get them together, mentally. If he can't play these couple games, then it's going to take him a while for him to get, the kind of mental help, because it's considered a mental illness.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand football is a violent game. Like, head trauma and everything causes different things. It's not like it's something that isn't documented or that's a real illness. And some people just have no sympathy or empathy for anything. It's like, oh, well.
Sounds like me.
He needs to go play. I don't care. Suit up and play. Like, nah.
Yeah, I didn't read too much of the backlash from it. I saw the story, but I didn't really dig deep into it. I was looking at, I was just looking at some other stuff, because I just felt like if he's not playing and he's not coming out and saying that, about his, I think he did come out though.
Yeah, he did. He said even, he talked to his teammates and everything.
Yeah.
And I think it was John Ritchie. He's like, oh, well, he's letting his teammates down. And I'm like, you can't be letting anyone down if this is something you're really going through. If they're rallying around you and saying, listen, do what you got to do to get yourself better. We're going to be here. So, take care of yourself first and foremost, because at the end of the day, if it's a kid of mine and they're going through something like that, I need you to handle whatever it is. This is going to be here. If it's not going to be there, listen, you made your bread. Cool.
Yeah, good call, Timmy. He said, remember Sean Andrews. Sean Andrews had some mental issues.
And I think and Sean Andrews' whole issue was, I read a story. Him, he was from like Alabama or something, big country dude. So they were all supposed to go hunting. Him and a group of his friends, that was their hobby, leisure activity. They go hunting.
Right.
So the plan was that one of the friends were going to, quote unquote, accidentally shoot him and kill him. And I think Sean Andrews somehow found out, and that messed him up mentally. Yeah. And, he was never the same after that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be cool after that either.
Really? And that's why I said some people dogged Sean Andrews out. He got dogged out.
Yeah, he did.
Because he was really good at one point.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was a beast. But so let me ask you this, Steve, so we can keep it moving.
All right.
I was listening to the radio earlier, and they brought a good point up with the salary cap and Howie Roseman. Since Howie's been the GM, I think they said since 2006, we haven't made the playoffs. And now he's made some good deals and some bad deals.
Right.
No, let me take that back. He's made some good deals, but his draft picks has been trashed.
I've been said that. How I feel about him. I don't think he drafts well enough.
No, he doesn't draft well enough at all. So, with this draft coming up, we got to hit it right on, right on the net. Right. What's the saying? The cliche.
I mean, what do you want to right on the nose? You got to hit it.
Yeah, I guess you got to hit it right on the nose. Yeah,
nail on the head.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but you know, what do you think? You know, coming up in the draft, you know, let's take running back because I think running back is a big position of need.
That's where I'm going first.
Right.
I'm going running back first.
First round?
Depending on where we fall at.
Right.
So if Minnesota end up making the playoffs and we fall to the bottom of the first round,
Yeah.
I'm going to draft a running back if I have an opportunity to get, let's say, like a Dalvin Cook or
Okay.
Fournette or even Nick Chubb.
Okay.
From Georgia.
Okay. He led the FBS in rushing, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. We definitely need a running back. Darren Sproles is Darren Sproles. Ryan Matthews can't stay healthy. In Smallwood, we don't know what he is. He's hurt right now.
Is Ryan Matthews here next year?
I would be shocked if he is. I'm about 70 to 75%.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's here, but he's so talented when he's healthy, though, man. That's so crazy.
He's a player that will flourish.
What game did he go? Was it Atlanta that he went off?
Yeah, it was Atlanta.
Yeah,
that's when they ran the ball a lot. He had like 2 touchdowns.
No, even the first 3 games, he had like 3 games. He was balling. Yeah.
Last game, he broke for a 20-yard rushing. Didn't see the field after that. That's what I'm saying. Look at the coaching sometimes.
Right, and Sproles has one more year. I don't think Barner's here next year.
No, well, I think this is last year on his contract.
Is it his last year anyway? I don't think he's here.
Yeah, he's going to go somewhere else where he can get a better opportunity. That's a player that will fit in a system like New England. They run his backside of the backfield. You see what they do with some of those guys.
And I said this on the phone when we talked about this earlier, and the homie Matt shouted out. I think they need to go O-line too first. I'm going O-line first. Because
it all depends what you have. You can't. I'm not going O-line.
And I told you about center. I'm a big believer that Kelsey's on a decline. Big
I say
time.
go best available. Forget all the O-line, whatever it is. Whoever's there best available, whether it's a skill position or a lineman, that can help your team, you go.
Right.
Because I'm not passing up on a Fournette or a Dalvin Cook at the bottom of the first round after seeing how important these running backs are that's been drafted lately. Ezekiel Elliott. Ajayi was drafted the year before. He just didn't get that. I think he got hurt. He got hurt last year.
Right.
And then earlier this year, they was on Arian Foster because he started off hurt a little bit as well.
No, I mean I agree with you because I think that the bell cow running back has kind of come back.
And even if it's not even the bell cow running back, that's the kind of offense that Doug Peterson likes. He likes to hand the ball off to his running backs. That's what they did in Kansas City. So you see games where he's so much like Andy Reid because there's games where he's going to hand the ball off, but there's games where your quarterback is throwing 60 passes.
Yeah.
So it's unbalanced, but they also like to give the running back the ball, even if it's at the end of the game and try to run out the clock or to just pound it. So you need somebody that you can rely on. Offensive line, we say that's a strong need.
It's a huge need.
It is.
Because if Lane Johnson plays this year, I think the Eagles are what are we now? Are we 5-10?
No, we're not 5-10. That would be 15 games.
We're week 15.
Oh yeah. No, but you get a bye.
So 5-9.
Right.
So we're 5-9. Lane Johnson plays, you got to give us at least a win or two.
I mean, it's easier said than done.
Because I
don't know if you can easily say
the Washington game.
Just a game or two.
Was it? This is Washington game. A strip fumble sack ends the game, right? Didn't we just play Washington?
Yeah.
They ended the game on a strip.
The first game we played Washington, they had 3 Carricker had
3 sacks.
Yeah.
But I mean, Lane Johnson wasn't in. That was the 5th game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I know. So
okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Kerrigan had 3 sacks.
Right.
I mean, it's a strong possibility that Lane Johnson is there to help protect and, the blocking and a rush blocking, run blocking.
And remember, like Andy, if Doug stays true to his Andy form, Andy always went O-line. He always thought to build his team from the inside out.
But how? Then we're going to go back to this though. It's Howie that's drafting. It's not Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson does not have any kind of juice right now at all. Howie's going to draft who he wants to draft.
Yeah, and Howie's not good at that, as we
right.
know.
So if Andy was in charge, or that's how it was, then cool. But I honestly think you go running back, or if there's a corner that's there, you go cornerback.
Speaking of the draft, definitely in Philly.
Yeah.
And MPP MoneyPot podcast will definitely be in the building.
Yeah, I'll be there, man.
Yeah. So that's going to be cool, man.
One shape or form, I'm going to be in there.
Yeah, so, and another thing about the Eagles, I think, that we have to look at, they got to run the ball this game. I mean, once it's on pace to break the pass attempt record that Donovan broke in 2008, he's averaging over 35 attempts a game. So, that's not a good look at all.
That's horrible. It's horrible.
So I got to find my, I forgot about this. You bring those 10 bold predictions I had. I know Smallwood has got to be crossed off because he's on IR.
Smallwood, yeah.
I think that was
crossed off.
We already crossed that off though.
Okay.
And I think Ertz, was a maybe, but he's not close to 1,000 yards.
No.
And then there was something else.
Yeah, Marcus Smith, more sacks than Vinny Curry, might still hit.
Yeah, that drum might hit.
It might hit. Yeah.
They're tied.
Speaking of that, man, their line. The D-line has been very disappointing this year. Well, and overall.
Yeah, Brandon Graham started off hot, but he's cooled off dramatically.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you thought he would lead us in sacks, but I think he's tied with Cox. I think Cox has 5.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. So what we have is the maybes is Hicks win the MVP, which I'm not sure if he does. He's come on strong at the end, but I'm not sure if he does. I think Smith, more than Vinny Curry sacks, is still alive. Obviously, we can cross off Smallwood.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just really the 2 that's left. So out of 10 bold picks before the season started, I think I might have hit 3 and you hit 1. You had the Hicks win the MVP. We're not going to finish top 4 in sacks.
No.
Yeah. Or top 8, I'm sorry. Top 8 in stats.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, we're not going to hit that. So, a little fun. We'll see. Timmy said, don't even bring up McNabb. He loves McNabb. He loves Johnny.
So do I.
I'm lying. He hates McNabb with everything he's got.
I love McNabb. Come on, Timmy.
He hates Donnie. Oh man! If we had a call-in line, he'd call in right now just to give you some work about Donnie.
He was just on First Take too.
Yeah, I saw him. He was talking about the Cowboys, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was talking about the Cowboys
and how they should trade Romo and Dez. He's an idiot. Why would you trade Dez?
I don't remember him saying they need to trade Dez.
He said they need to trade Dez because Dez is getting into that 30 range.
I mean,
he's close.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, he's still an impact player.
He's always hurt though. He's been hurt the last couple years.
I'm not trading Dez Bryant.
With significant injuries.
I'm not trading Dez Bryant. Yeah,
it all depends on what you can get in return though, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess you're right there.
Is what you can get in return. If you can get something good in return, why not?
Yeah, I guess so. I see what you're saying. But you know what that sound mean, man. It's time for these games. It's time for week 15. Let's get this money. That's a crazy list right there. Man, look at Bron.
Yeah, look at him.
Well, look at Garnett. I mean, not Garnett, Durant. Oh, sorry, y'all. We're looking at the screen with the highest career points per game all time and AI is there about 26.66. Today was the Hall of Fame ceremony. Well, not ceremony, but I guess celebration for AI down at the Wells Fargo Center.
Man, AI.
Oh, here goes Larry. Larry's gonna. Larry Nance has been dunking on everybody and anything. But let's get to these bets, bro. First game we got here. Let's see what we got here. We're going to just go right down the line. I don't know when that Saturday game is. I don't have that marked on here or who that Saturday game is. But the first game I got.
You said the Saturday game.
Yeah, who's the Saturday game? Is it Miami and the Jets?
Give me 1 second. But go ahead. You can go to the first
All right,
game.
so the first game we got is Denver and Jacksonville. Do you think Denver's a good team?
Yes, it's Miami and the
Miami
Jets
and the Jets.
Saturday.
All right, we'll get to that bum game, that Dookie Bowl.
Do I think that Denver is a good team?
Because
Yes.
they're not. Are they a playoff team?
Yes.
I don't know, man. Who's in that division?
The Raiders,
So the Raiders are 10-3.
right?
The Chiefs are like,
Chiefs.
yeah, they might not. The Broncos might not hit the playoffs. If you look at it, because you still got the Dolphins, you still got the Steelers, the
Right.
Titans,
Yeah, I think they third in their division.
and they're third in their division. They might not make the playoffs.
3 is crazy.
Yeah.
But I think they're a wild card team as of now, though. So right now they're still a wild card team. Because you got New England, Pittsburgh is leading their division. Houston, only one person coming out of the South.
Right. I agree.
And you may have 3 come out of the West.
What are they? Denver's 8-5.
Yeah, so they'll probably be a wild card team.
Yeah, maybe. So what's that spread? That spread is -3.5. You mean Denver? -3.5. I got it as -3.5 Denver.
I got it as -3 New England. New England is the favorite in that game.
Denver and Jacksonville, bro.
Denver and Jacksonville?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jacksonville and Houston.
I'm looking at the wrong game. Dope. All right, so we're gonna start over. That's why I didn't see that Saturday game. I'm looking at the wrong week.
Yeah, man.
All right, so Miami and the Jets. I apologize. This toilet bowl.
Miami won.
You got Miami in this game?
Even with the backup and
I don't think they drop off that much.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I like Miami in this game. I think Marshall and Maxwell have been jarring at it again. So
That's what they do. He said you hold them every play.
yeah. So I like Miami in this game. You know, I think this is a must-win game for them as well.
Right.
They got to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Okay.
So I like Miami as well. Next game, it should be a good game here. Tampa and Dallas.
And Tampa is favored by 6. Dallas is favored 6.5.
I got it at
-7.
Yeah.
-7. Yeah, -7. That was Washington -6.5. In Dallas, I'm gonna go Dallas. I like Tampa. Because they've been hot.
And I'm right with you. I think Dallas has been faltering,
Right.
and I like Tampa in this game. I think they cover. I don't know if they win.
Yeah, I think they may cover it.
I think they cover. I think 7's way too high.
Especially to be coming off of a loss.
Yeah, I think they think that Dallas is not going to win 3. Well, I'm sorry, not going to lose 3 in a row.
And Mike Evans, that's one guy I got. That's going to possibly go off.
I hope.
Yeah,
I need him to go off.
Because Dallas secondary has been struggling.
They lost
with
Claiborne. Yeah, so I do like that matchup. And Tampa's defense has been kind of coming on strong. So I mean Zeke is going to get his numbers and Zeke's going to eat.
So you got Gerald McCoy is questionable though.
He's going to play.
David is questionable.
Well, he might not play, but he hasn't been having a great year. But they're all going to play. They're in a must-win game here. They got to win this game.
Yeah, so I like Tampa to cover. Dallas may win.
Yeah, I like Tampa too.
Skandrick may be out as well.
Okay.
Barry Church is questionable with a forearm. Claiborne is ruled out. So that's a hit to their defense, but as long as Sean Lee's on the field, they'll be okay.
Yeah, that'll be all right.
Yeah.
Here comes the money.
Next game.
Money.
Money talks. So my first lock of the week, and I think it's a great teaser week, bro. I really do. I really do think this is a great teaser week.
Okay.
I love the Giants against Detroit.
Ah.
I do, man. I do. I think that injury is a little bit more than what Detroit's going off. They can't.
Stafford, what is his finger?
Yeah, his finger on his throwing hand. They can't run the ball. The Giants' defense has actually been, somewhat solid for the most part.
They have been. They played great last week.
Right, and the fact that they're going to make them one-dimensional, and it's supposed to be a somewhat of a ugly game, as in the weather. I think it's supposed to rain.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's supposed to rain here actually on Sunday as well.
Yeah, so it's supposed to rain. So I gotta go with the G-Man, man. I like the G-Man in this game. I really do. I love him. I love him on the teaser.
I like the Giants. I got the Giants on my paper as well, -4. I just think the Giants are starting to really hit somewhat of a stride. They didn't fall off much with the loss to Jason Pierre-Paul.
No, they didn't, which is surprising.
Number 78 had a great game.
Right. He's fresh.
Yeah, he did what Jason Pierre-Paul does. Like, he put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Right.
He held his side down in a run game as well. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't much of a drop-off. I think I told you this last week. I just like Spagnuolo. Like, he's a great defensive coordinator. He finds a way to get the job done. Jenkins has been able to be that cornerback that's locking his side down. Whoever he's on, he's playing them great. Des Bryant had an awful game.
Right.
The one catch that he caught, he fumbled. He made him fumble. Mm-hmm. So I like the G-Men in this game.
Yeah, I like the G-Men a lot in this game.
And I'm really impressed by the way Detroit has played all year, but this is a game that I don't think they'll win.
Well, and it's funny, man. I think they've won 6 out of 7 games in the fourth quarter. Right. I just think it ends. I do.
And the Giants,
it should be a good game.
Yeah, the Giants won, 7 of their last 8 games? Yeah.
Yeah, has it been like that?
Yeah.
And they've been ugly, too. They've been ugly ones. Next game.
I mean, the Lions won 5 straight. So
yeah, sure. EAGLES.
Now you might as well put on the next song right after that, the money song.
Put on the money song? Put on the money song? He said put on that money song.
You may as well right after that because Baltimore is a lot, buddy.
Word.
Hey,
what happened to my music?
It's alright. A little malfunction, but.
Oh, wow. That's why.
There you go.
Lock them in, huh?
Lock Baltimore.
Be more.
And I don't usually do this against my team, but I don't think there's no way we win this game.
Nah, not a bad bet. Not a bad bet, buddy. Yeah, man, it's hard. It's hard to see the Eagles winning this game, even close. I think they make it a little bit closer than what people think. I don't know if they cover, but it's hard not to like Baltimore. Their defense is just too stout.
Yeah, it is.
So I told the homie Sam this, man. Jordan Matthews is a sneaky play in this game. I think Jordan Matthews is.
I think you tried to tell me that earlier as well.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Smith is out. So it's going to be the fourth. It's got to be the fourth corner on Matthews, and you got to like that. You got to like that
Depends
matchup.
on how their defensive coordinator does it, though. He may have someone follow Jordan Matthews around that's not the fourth corner.
You're going to do that with your second corner?
You could. I mean, they got Aguilar on the outside.
Yeah.
Your third corner can't cover Aguilar. So it's just about matchups, man. It's a chess game.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are going to see that. They can even have someone in the slot, but drop like Eric Weddle down or something to, play over top or,
I think
extra
Weddle's
help.
too small.
Weddle plays big. It's not about.
I'm not saying he plays big. I just think he's.
Nah,
I gotta like that. I gotta like that matchup with. He sucks. I like that matchup with Matthews. But next game, Green Bay, Shot-Town. It's gonna be cold, boy.
Yeah, and it's two teams that are used to playing in the cold, so I don't think that's going to affect neither one of them. Lambeau is a tough place to play. They play in the snow.
Soldier Field is tough.
Yeah, so I mean both places are cold. They both cold weather teams.
Right.
I just don't see Chicago and was it Matt Barkley over there?
Yeah.
He's been having some good games though.
Yeah, I think
I
think he comes back. I think that whole kind of even that little glimmer of light closes. I think Rodgers goes in there and gets the job done easily. I mean, it went up to 5.5. I mean,
yeah, that's what I got it at 5.
And then what's his name? Jeffrey's coming back. He's playing in this game.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that they're going to have chemistry.
No, he's playing with Matt Barkley.
Yeah, he's playing with Matt Barkley, so it's not like an uptick. So, I mean, I think they force feed him. But
As you should.
Yeah, as you should. But you gotta like Rodgers.
Okay.
Next game, Minnesota and the Colts.
I'm taking Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Minnesota in this game. Minnesota has a really good defense. Indianapolis, they struggle against.
Yeah, Moncrief's hurt.
Yeah, and they had a bad game against Houston last week.
Yeah, I kind of like Minnesota in this game. I think they need to win. They're at home. They play well at home. The Colts.
And Adrian Peterson is going to give them, emotional boost.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially if he scores.
And it's showing everybody, like, look, I'm out here trying to, ball. Like,
right,
I'm giving them my all.
Right,
let's go.
Yeah, because you want to make the playoffs.
Right.
Make some noise. So I can't be mad at that. I definitely like Minnesota in this game as well.
Okay.
Their defense has been playing, somewhat pretty well, and the Colts are still the Colts.
Right.
And then Luck has some I think some elbow inflammation, and he's a little banged up. Everybody's banged up around this time, but got to go with the home team on this one, -5.
Right. Okay.
Next game.
Here comes the money.
Second bet.
Hopefully this is who I got.
Who, Buffalo?
A -3 team? No, I don't have Buffalo.
Nah, I gotta go Buffalo here. Cleveland sucks.
Yeah, Cleveland sucks.
RJ3 sucks.
Yeah, I got McCoy as a pick for fantasy.
Yeah, absolutely for DraftKings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Crowell, though. Crowell probably go off against them.
Yeah, I think people are basing that off the last game against Buffalo. Cleveland's a completely different team than the Steelers. So I don't see that happening. But gotta like Buffalo here. It's Cleveland. They're 0-13. They're more likely to go 0-16. RG3 is starting. Love them on a teaser. So
yeah, I love Buffalo on a teaser. I don't think that is
give me those Bills.
Even going to be close.
Word.
I like Buffalo to win the game.
Right.
The under is 41.
I think he gets pulled in this game. I really do. I don't think he finished the game. RG3.
No, you got to finish. He probably finished out the year just to see what he has.
He's got nothing.
You got to let him finish out the year. Why would he get pulled? They're not winning anything.
Because he sucks.
If you're saying that this is the time to see what you got.
No, I mean he's going to start the game, but I mean he's going to be playing so bad that I think Hugh Jackson is going to pull him in the game. I think he's going to bench him.
Yeah, I don't think so. You got to see what he got, man.
He already told him you got to play consistent. Don't come out here.
They suck though. The whole team sucks.
Yeah, but I think he meant that play within the offense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They just stink.
Next game, good game. Arrowhead, Tennessee, KC.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a good game.
Yeah.
And you got Kansas City -4.5.
Just coming off a win in Denver.
I like Kansas City.
Yeah, I got to go Kansas City here. I honestly think KC might make it all the way, bro. I think they're that good of a complete team. Defense, offense, special teams. They're good. They're good around. Even the kicking game is good.
Right. And Kansas City, if they win this game, then they clinch a playoff berth. For sure.
Right.
So they have a lot at stake to know that, okay, if we win this game, we for sure, was going to the playoffs.
Right.
Tennessee has been a sneaky team, though.
No, Tennessee's a good team. Let's not get that twisted.
They're good, and they've been very sneaky.
And I think Mariota has a good game in this game. I mean, this could go well over that 41.5.
Right.
Because these both offenses can score. Mm-hmm. And KC has given up a lot of yards, through the air as well. So, I'm not sleeping on. I'm starting Mariota. I'm rolling the dice on Mariota.
Okay.
In one of my fantasy leagues. So, but Andy is just a Hall of Fame coach, and I think he has a complete team. And that offense was missing a player like Hill, where Andy can use him in different spots,
right,
and get the most out of him.
Well, and Andy likes those kind of players.
He does. He likes quick. Yeah, he likes quick, shifty players.
Right.
So and not even that. Arrowhead is probably second or third hardest place to play, in the league.
Yeah.
So they're 5-1 at home. Gotta like that. Next game. Here's a toilet bowl game. Let's get some sound.
Let me see if I can guess this game. Jacksonville, Houston.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Toilet. Let's make this quick. Who you got?
I don't know. I guess I could flip a coin Houston.
Yeah, I go Houston. They're 5-1. We're 5-1 at home, and Jacksonville's offense is just trash.
Yeah.
Next game, New Orleans and Arizona. Do we care about this game either?
Not necessarily. I don't really care.
Drew Brees. I hate Drew Brees right now. He sucks in fantasy. He lost me. He lost me big money.
That's it.
Yeah, if he would have played, that means Cooks would have had a good game, and I would have won my fantasy league, my big money fantasy league, and they mopped up 2 weeks in a row.
I'm hoping Michael Thomas plays this game.
I think he will. Who you got?
I don't see anything. I'm going to take Zona.
I can't bet Arizona. I hate Arizona too. I hate both these teams.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you hate.
Yeah, I say it every week.
Every single week.
I'm trying to think the matchups. I know not Matthew. How do you say his name? Honey Badger.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Is it Matthew? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Matthew is playing, but he hasn't been playing well this year, and he's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, he's a small guy.
And then, Palmer has shown some ability. You know what's a funny stat? New Orleans is 12th in total defense. And you would think they would suck, right? Because they're always been known to suck on defense.
Yeah.
I think they're 12th in total defense. Their defense is actually better than what people think. I'm actually going with New Orleans in this game.
Okay.
I like them with the points.
I already knew you was going to New Orleans, so it wasn't even no point to really say it because you just can't find yourself to bet.
I hate Arizona.
Bet Arizona.
Nah, man, it cost me too much money early in the year, man. They're supposed to be all this world team.
From what I have, it says New Orleans is 24th in defense.
Total. What about Total defense?
Yeah.
What about pass defense?
Rushing yards, they 13th against the rush. Maybe that's what you was looking at.
What about passing? Are they terrible against the pass?
29th.
Yeah, they gotta be because that's the only thing left. Yeah, I guess it was the rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right.
Next game. This should be a lock too, but I didn't put it in because I think San Fran's got blown out all the time. But San Fran, Atlanta.
I'm going. I don't know. I don't know if Atlanta covers, but they just blew out the Rams. Without
yeah, it was some bum team. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the chance with Atlanta. I like Atlanta to win without Julio.
I don't think it's a chance because I told you before I love Seattle, but I just couldn't bet them because the Rams play them tough. But the Rams in Seattle, we should have put everything on that.
Yeah, the Rams in Seattle.
Yeah,
but it's just hard because the Rams beat them in Seattle the last couple years. So
yeah.
So that's the thing.
Yeah, but if you look at a rookie quarterback, Gurley can't run.
Right.
It was a sooner or later they just wouldn't be able to keep up with Seattle. Seattle's a good team.
Michael Bennett had a nasty injury.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
he mollywopped. Who did he hit? I forget. Was it was it Rawls? Did he hit Rawls? No, I'm not Rawls. Gurley.
It was.
Was it Gurley?
He went past it. He blew the top.
He made a great play.
Yeah, he did. It just caught him right under his chin.
But the funny thing, he didn't get a concussion from it. There was funny thing. Even though he got knocked out, he passed the concussion protocol. Okay. But it was like a neck injury. They said he had like a neck injury.
Yeah, that's scary.
And then before that, he made a good play.
He made a good
sack.
But then it wouldn't have happened had he not had that excessive celebration.
Man, I love the celebration.
Yeah.
I'm a D lineman, so I loved it.
Yeah, of course. But it wasn't just him. It was because all of them joined in. I think that's what it was.
We should have. Yeah, I wish we would have got a celebration like that. We'd have been running all after practice.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, I like Atlanta in this game.
Love. That's
Word. Next game.
Here comes the money.
Hopefully it's got that -3.
Here comes the money. Money.
Nope.
Yeah.
New England, man. Tom Terrific, man. I told you about him last week.
Okay.
Give me Tom in Denver, man. Lock him in. I don't believe Denver's a good team.
I'm not going against you. I think New England's going to win this game.
Yeah, I don't believe in Denver, and they can't run the ball. They just can't. And so it's going to be Simeon versus Tom. I'm taking Tom.
Yeah.
I think I'm taking Tom against everybody not named Montana with Rice.
Or Peyton Manning.
No, I'm taking Tom. But did you just say Peyton? Yo, do you know Tom's Brady's record against Manning?
But last year he got him out of there.
Shut him out last year.
A couple years he got it.
We're talking about overall record.
Overall, yeah, but we're going to talk about it.
The reason why Peyton Manning doesn't have more Super Bowls is because of Tom Brady.
Right. Because Belichick.
Oh.
All right, so
next game.
Yeah.
Oakland, San Diego. This should be a lock too.
Oakland is -3.
Yeah, you gotta like Oakland. San Diego's been ass. I mean, really.
To say the least.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at Rivers, and then they just lost Melvin Gordon.
No, yeah, with the loss of Melvin Gordon, I don't see how Oakland is only
Melvin Gordon,
-3.
Woodhead, Gates has been hurt.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen, like they've been decimated. I think Bosa might not even play this game.
Okay.
And if Bosa doesn't play, they can't get a pass rush. Gotta like Oakland in this game.
No, I like Oakland. They only -3.
And it's still on the West Coast. They could drive from Oakland to San Diego.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's the scary thing is, why is it only -3? I guess because it's a divisional game.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's Rivers. So, you
can't count him out.
You can't count him out. Oakland's a little banged up. I know Cooper and Crabtree do have some injury distinctions coming up.
They 5 and 6 in passing yards, 264 and 262.
Right, and then I forget the dude's name, but San Diego has a quote unquote shutdown corner over there.
Okay.
So that does neutralize some of Oakland's passing attack. And San Diego Rivers just finds ways to win. You know, he just...
And Khalil Mack is just Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
He's gonna do what he got to do.
Yeah, but give me Oakland, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
So should I play the music? Because you've been waiting for this game forever.
Please.
Okay. No problem, buddy. Oh, wow. Let's start that over.
Here comes the money.
So Steve-O likes Pittsburgh and Cincy.
Pittsburgh. And you know what? It's
No AJ Green.
no AJ Green. You know, this is like a good rivalry. This is
Good. It's a great rivalry.
Right.
It's a lot of bad.
a lot of bad blood in this
A
game,
lot of bad blood in this game.
especially from last year.
It's a 1 o'clock game. They should have
been.
flexed that thing to it. Prime time, man. Who wants to see? Oh, that's a Monday night game. No, there's no 8 o'clock games.
Yeah,
This-
Tampa and Dallas.
Oh, okay.
I would have much rather seen Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, or they could even put it as a 4 o'clock game.
Yeah, it's an
But-
early game.
Yeah, very early game. I'd definitely rather see that one than Tampa and Dallas. But
Lock you in.
yeah, I think Le'Veon Bell.
Bell cow
He's-
goes off again.
He gets 2 touchdowns easy.
Yeah, I need that. I got him.
Yeah, you do got him going. There's not much that they can do.
Have you ever
without
seen a running
him.
style like him?
What, like Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah, that kind of like stop and go type. Like it's almost like he's. I don't want to say dancing, but it's almost like a jump stop, and then he sees a.
I'm gonna tell you who kind of ran similar to that I can kind of remember off top. What will punish you as well, the same way he does.
Right.
Ricky Williams.
Ricky was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ricky Williams,
Ricky was definitely like that.
And they both, can go
And-
out of the
and-
backfield.
And they were both on that leaner type of look of running back.
Right.
That's a great
Right.
call. I like Ricky. I like that call with Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky definitely did a lot of that.
Yeah, he did.
He would that kind of like come up to the line and kind of stop and like do like a little hop and then
Make you miss in a hole and then just get upfield and I'm
Yeah.
running you over.
yeah, no, definitely I like that. Yeah, I you can't bet against Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is starting to kind of pick up steam, even though I think the line is 3, just because of the divisional game, and then
Right.
Ben is not good outside. I mean, away from home. He's not a good. Like his split. If you look at the numbers, they're really a big difference in him playing away. So I think that works in Cincy's favor. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Oh, this is a bad hit. God. So they just showed the Sproles concussion on TV, and it was actually a clean football hit when you look at it. A lot of people, it was a dirty hit and everything, but he never called for fair catch. I'm gonna be real with you.
No, he didn't. I mean,
So,
you
he's got to be smarter than
It's
that.
just the helmet to helmet. That's what got.
No,
him.
it was shoulder. He turned his shoulder. It was a
Or
clean.
just contact to the head.
Yeah, it was. And he's
But-
like, he's like 5'2", man. What do you want him to do?
he-
Bear crawl and hit him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was.
It was a football play.
then
Yeah,
I seen
seeing it live, it was ugly.
I seen people like calling for,
He should have got kicked out the game almost.
Jalen Mills, Watkins' fault because he didn't block, or it's this person's fault. It's like, man, everyone.
He should have called
is-
for a catch, man.
Right.
Point blank.
Need to be accountable. Yeah, he should have, he should have tried to get interfere with him, maybe to, block him or slow his progress down. but
Right.
Yeah, you that's what the fair catch is for.
Word. So going back to the games, I definitely like Pittsburgh in that game.
Okay.
Pittsburgh has been, coming on late. This is a must-win game for them to stay kind of in the playoff hunt. Yeah, in the playoff hunt. So, like you said, Cincy is limited in what they can do offensively. And Pittsburgh's defense has been balling.
Yeah.
They've been balling lately. So, give me Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh on a teaser, man. Love Pittsburgh on a teaser. So there's a couple teasers. I told you, man, this is a teaser week. Pittsburgh, Oakland, New England. Who else you got?
I'll even tease down Kansas City.
KC, Buffalo. Games, Green Bay. Baltimore. Giants. Lovely teaser week. Now, obviously, you don't want to, when you do a teaser, you don't want to do that many teams. You can, but, your chances of hitting that is a little bit higher because sooner, one of those teams more likely will have a tough game. Some of these are division matchups. Some of the playoffs is on the line. So it's going to be tough to do that. And even Houston. I like Houston tees down too, as well.
They'll probably have +1 or something like that.
Yeah, just to win the game. Next game and last game of the week, Monday night. Cam.
Give me Washington.
Cam and the Redskins.
I would love Washington tees down, definitely 6.5.
I like the Carolina straight up. That's a high spread, man.
Yeah, it's a high spread.
That's a touchdown. I don't think they're a touchdown better than Carolina.
I do. I think Carolina.
I think they get Kuechly back.
Kuechly,
yeah. I think that helps a lot. I think that helps a lot. I actually kind of like Carolina in this game.
They were bad with him on the field, though. That's the thing. So it's not like he makes a difference, but
he makes a huge difference.
Overall, they were a horrible defense with him and Thomas on the field.
Right.
So, yeah, he's the general, but I mean, they still stunk with both of them on the field.
Right.
It's just their secondary play is awful, and I think that Washington will be able to expose that. Kirk Cousins is having a really good second half of the year. Right. And, Deshaun Jackson looks to be healthy. He's back.
Don't forget, this is the Josh Norman Bowl.
Yeah, and Norman's going back.
Yeah. No, they're in Washington.
No, I'm just saying, he's playing his old team.
Yeah.
He's playing his old team.
Yeah.
So, this is a game where I think Carolina is going to have to kind of keep up the pace of scoring. Now, I don't know if they can. So.
Can they keep the scoring up with Washington? Yeah, that's going to be tough.
It's crazy to say that because we did.
I mean, I think Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins I think Kirk Cousins might be the best quarterback play of the week. I think he.
I got him down.
I think he can easily have, 3 or 4 touchdowns, almost 300 yards.
I'm hoping because I have. But I'm torn because I'm going against him in another league. So, but I got Matt Ryan going in that league, so I'll take that.
Yeah, okay.
I'll take that. I'm okay with that. I'll take that. And Matt Ryan against San Fran. So
I'll take that. Yeah, you take that matchup. I like that. Yeah, you gotta like that. Yeah, that's gonna be tough to see Kirk Cousins get off on one and then see him get off against you on the other.
Right.
So, but I actually kind of went Carolina here, man. I like Carolina with the points. I didn't know the points were that high. I mean, I would tease Carolina up. Because I don't think they're going to lose by, 13, 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, and it's good to tease Washington down if you can, too.
Yeah.
So either way, you even if you tease Carolina up, but you really like Washington.
Right. You can put that on the card.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little unconventional, to have both teams on the teaser. But if you really feel one team is going to be a tight game, but you just feel one team's going to win, and the other team, like the New England-Denver game, I don't know. New England could beat them by 12, 13.
Let's say the Atlanta game, which is -13.
Right. I don't know. They could lose by 20. They blew the Rams out the goddamn water.
Yeah, but see, Atlanta's not that good against the run, and I think Carlos Hyde is.
Yeah, but Carlos Hyde had a good game last game, right?
True.
But and it didn't mean nothing. He had 200 yards, like a great game last game.
Yeah. Over 200.
Exactly. I'm looking at it. It was a good.
But they almost
that Dallas Tampa game would be a good game to pull that off. Tease Dallas down to -1 just to win,
right?
But tease Tampa up to +13. Yeah, I mean that'd be a nice play there. So who you got for me on fantasy? Well, actually, no, we're not going to do fantasy anymore, y'all, because we're already kind of in, and it's kind of limited in the players that you can kind of pick from.
Right.
So, who you got for me, like on a DraftKings aspect?
I got Kirk Cousins as my quarterback.
Word.
My quarterbacks. I also had what's his name? Not Carson Palmer. Phillip Rivers. I like Phillip Rivers.
I don't know about that one. Phil's been having.
He has no choice but to throw the ball.
I think that dude actually might. What's his name? Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
I think his name. I think he actually might. Well, I'm hoping because I picked him up because I had Gordon. But actually, no. But when he played last game, he had a couple catches, a couple, about 60-something yards. He got a couple points. I think he might get a couple points this game. Plus, they got Ronnie Hillman behind him. They don't got nobody behind him.
And I think a sneaky play that I like at quarterback is Carson Palmer.
Yeah, I'm facing him in league too.
I think Carson Palmer does well against
New Orleans. Yeah. Okay. I like those picks. I didn't do it, so I'm riding all your picks you got.
So my running backs, I like I said, I like Shady. I like Shady a lot.
Okay.
I like Freeman from Atlanta.
Okay.
Because San Fran, they running back stink. They run defense stink.
Okay.
And I think Crowell, Isaiah Crowell.
Yeah, you did say that from Cleveland.
When we was, I think he'll have a pretty good game.
The homie Matt Kane said Alex Smith is a sleeper. That's not a bad pick, brother.
Nah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Wide receivers, I'm gonna go back with Taylor Gabriel.
Okay.
For Atlanta.
Yeah.
No Julio Jones. Yeah, Sanu's gonna play, which helps him out still because you still gotta worry about Sanu on the other side. Mm-hmm. So it'll free up more of.
I like Beckham this week a lot.
It's Beckham, so
yeah,
I can't go against Beckham. Devontae Parker, I think I have a good game. I'm not sure,
I like Landry a little bit better than him.
Like we said, yeah, Landry, he don't score though.
He don't, but in PPR, which a lot of people playing, I think Matt Moore is going to be a lot of like check down type. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to stress the field as much.
But I don't know. I like Devontae Parker. I mean, the Jets secondary.
Yeah, I mean that's a sleepy pick. Yeah. And let's not sleep on the Jets. Anderson, right? That guy from Temple.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's not give Miami too much credit. Their secondary is still questionable.
I guess. One pick that
And Jordan. Yeah, and I told you Jordan Matthews, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know you like him.
I like him this week a lot. I like Jordan Matthews a lot this week.
Man, if you can bench him. I really don't like him. I think he's checked out for the year, to be honest.
Okay.
And I have one more. Oh, J.J. Nelson with the departure of
Floyd. Yeah.
And Nelson is like a do-it-all dude. Like you can hand it off to him on a reverse or whatever it is, a screen. He's fast as hell. I think he had the fastest 40 the year he got drafted.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like him. Tight ends, I'm going to go with, who did I have? Oh, Travis Kelce against Tennessee. I like Travis Kelce. I also like, I like Brent Selleck, man. Not Brent Selleck. God, it killed me. Zach Ertz. Yeah. Ertz. I like Ertz a little bit.
You know what I like? Gresham.
Yeah.
He's been getting catches and yards
right.
with Floyd out there, and now with Floyd not out, I think
they might lean on to him.
Yeah, I think they might lean on him a little bit more. Right. I was looking at his numbers. He's been averaging like 5 yards and like 50 carries a game.
Right.
But I think that with Floyd out, I think you got to make that like 7 catches at like 80 yards, and then hopefully you get the teeter.
Right. And Ladarius Green I like as well.
Yeah, I like even though he's been hurt, I think Jordan Reed might have a good game as well.
Okay. And defenses, I like the Ravens defense against the Eagles.
Great pick, of course.
I like Oakland defense against San Diego. I think they should be able to pressure Rivers. I mean, it's kind of.
Well, not even that. Rivers has had about a couple. He's been throwing picks left and right.
It kind of sounds crazy because I picked him as a quarterback too.
Right.
But you know, Oakland they get a lot of pressure, so I don't know. Yeah, that one might be a little iffy. And I like the Vikings defense versus the Colts.
Yeah, I like Buffalo's defense because it's just Cleveland.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And then I like the Giants. I think the Giants are a sleeper.
Okay.
Against Detroit. I'm all in on the G-Man. Even though a lot of people don't like Eli, I gotta love New York. I actually like Eli as a sleeper, as your quarterback. Running backs, a lot of your picks were spot on, but as another sleeper, I think Ryan Matthews, just because he's going to get so much volume.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Yeah, he's the only one there. So it wouldn't surprise me if he has a number like 15 carries, 60, 70 yards, maybe 3 to 5 catches for another 30 or 40 yards.
Right.
Hopefully a touchdown. Like a little 3-yard touchdown run, goal line run that he might get. And then trying to think, any other running backs that are kind of under the radar? Murray too. Murray from Oakland.
Oh, Latavius Murray.
Yeah, Latavius Murray.
Okay.
Look out for. And then receivers. I'm trying to think. Who we got? I think you kind of hit on everybody. I don't know which receiver from New Orleans, but somebody from New Orleans has got to catch passes.
I'm hoping it's Michael Thomas.
Because I just don't see Drew Brees throwing another dud 3 games in a row.
Right.
He's got 6 interceptions and no touchdowns in the last 2 games. God, I hate him. And then somebody, I think, don't sleep on Jordy Nelson or Devontae Adams out in Chicago. Even though it's going to be cold, they play in cold weather.
Yeah, they do.
And they have no running game either. So don't be surprised in one of them. I take Gresham as my tight end. I'm trying to give another second one. I know McDonald went on IR for San Fran, so I don't know who. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who their backup is, and then Fedoritz for Houston went out too. I think on IR too, and you know how Osweiler loves to throw to the tight end.
Yeah.
So look for that as well. And we didn't even say Delaney Walker. KC gives up a lot of passing yards, so watch out for Delaney Walker. Just looking at the matchup.
So does Minnesota though, so Doyle might not be bad.
Yeah, Doyle might not be bad too. So there's some streaming options there, and then I think we already went through defenses. Like I said, I think New England's a play. I like Buffalo.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Was there one more? Oh yeah, and you said the Ravens. Gotta like the Ravens.
Yeah, I like the Ravens.
So I hope you guys had a good time listening. I want to thank everybody on Facebook for listening to the podcast. As always, educate yourself, whether it's on financial literacy, fantasy football, sports bets. Thank you one more time, and have a good night.
Peace.
It's just a public service announcement, sponsored by Just Blaze and the good folks at Rockefeller Records.
Fellow Americans, it is with the utmost pride and sincerity that I present this recording as a living testament and recollection of history in the making during our generation.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is H to the OP. I used to move snowflakes by the OC. I guess even back then you can call me CEO of the RO.